Now I'd like to ask Vicki Holmes, who's Jack's niece, to come and give a tribute on behalf of the family.
In the recently released festschrift, Jack, thank you to those who put that together, Jeff Chappell quotes Jack exclaiming, "Better to aim for the moon and fall flat on your ass than not aim at all." And he was cajoling Jeff Chappell into working with him on the Alley opera. And I thought when I read that, that may just be the attitude that made Jack stand out from the rest of the Body clan, all of whom were solid farming people, kind, reliable, frugal, practical, loving, but not natural risk takers, nor keen to push out of the box as Jack was. Jack grew up in a house on the outskirts of Te Aroha, a magical house in Bossons Road. Magical because of its secret gardens, its orchard, a grand driveway, beveled glass doors, black and white tiles, a fish head that spouted gushing water into the bath, a stunning wooden staircase banister to slide down, and at the bottom, lighting from a magnificent coloured glass lead light ball, delicately balanced on the feet of a reclining black female nude. When Uncle Jack was young, there was also a tennis court, but that was well overgrown by the time I got to enjoy the property. Jack spent much of his time as an only child in this house, as his three much older sisters, Raewyn, Bev and Pat, were away at boarding school or had left home. And I can really imagine his creative spirit being ignited in that place. Of course, his dad, Stan, my granddad, occupied himself fully during the day with his contracting work on his bulldozers and at the farm, leaving Jack with either Ruve, or Ruru, as we sort of called her, or with Granny Body, who, as Jennifer reminded me, used to call him Jackie. Maybe he learned his networking skills from Ruru, who tripped from meeting to meeting with a young Jack in tow. And sounds like you all know about his networking skills. Piano lessons were organised with Mr. Cranner, and Raewyn tells of Jack enthusiastically biking to lessons, head down, pedalling furiously, then on arrival, spitting on his hands and rubbing them on his shorts in preparation for his lesson. They all had piano lessons, the whole family, but Jack was the only one that really had the musical talent. I think he got every single ounce. Anyway, at 13 he was off to King's School, and I remember Jack telling me that it was on seeing a picture of a wild Beethoven that he began imagining himself as having an artistic future. So began the creation of Jack. Waihi Beach was the family holiday gathering spot. My older cousins remember Jack cartwheeling and tumbling along the beach, using his gymnastic moves from school. Running races with a bronzed Uncle Jack in his mid-20s were different. He always made us run backwards. He was the best body surfer, no pun intended, he was the best body surfer I have ever seen. Having discarded the plywood boogie board that Grandad made in favour of pure body surfing, his choice of wave, timing in launching himself, and the flurry of his arms ensured he caught every wave and made it to the shallows every time. From the beach, you could see only a smiling face and the tips of his shoulders in amongst the frothing white waves. I used to copy him. I used to do everything that I could do that he was doing, and I could never catch the waves like Jack. Jack was often travelling overseas, studying, working, researching, or receiving awards, and my mother, Bev, was always confounded by the casualness of Jack as he headed off in seemingly disorganised fashion, toothbrush protruding from his pocket. I remember blue aerograms would arrive in the post, particularly from Indonesia. Jack brought his visiting musical colleagues from overseas to visit his Te Araha family and their farms, some even staying to enjoy a New Zealand Christmas. On a trip back in the late 70s, Jack brought a friend, a very special friend as it turns out, Yono. Intelligent, handsome, cheeky and full of fun, just like Jack, and a great addition to our family. I was telling Yono today, I brag about having an Indonesian uncle. How cool is that? As opportunity allowed, his sisters, nieces and nephews would attend Jack's events, and I was blessed to attend many. Possibly my highlight was attending the alley opera that you've talked about today. I would love to see that again. Sounds like I have to go to China. I have a son there now, so that would be good. We all expected Jack to live a long time. His own dad passed away just short of 103. Stan's brother, Gordon, Jack's uncle, lived to 101. Jack had a very close relationship with Uncle Gordon, as he too was very well travelled. Gordon was extremely interested in Jack's musical life, and they maintained a close level of communication. What made Jack special to our family was that he was a passionate, enthusiastic, warm, entertaining brother and uncle who brought joy to our family. His long and loving relationship with Yono is especially touching. Jack was true to himself, and I love that. And we will miss him.